Hey! Hi, everyone. Good. We got people joining us from the UK. We've got people from where else? I think from Quebec. Laura, where are you from? Are you joining us from Italy? I think you're an Italian fan. I don't know. Tell us where everyone's visiting from right now. Be nice to know. So today we are going to watch episode 102, which is our second episode we ever released, but actually the first we ever shot.
Yes.
I
remember it fondly.
Yeah. So, but it's also the third episode as intended. Before we began, there was this old rule that they said on YouTube, like all web series should have a maximum of 5 minutes, because if people see that it's more than 5 minutes, and then people just won't even press play. So I was like really worried, because like the first episode, it ran 6 minutes. Like, granted, a lot of that was credits, but I was like really worried that it was way too long. And yet, overwhelmingly, comments were like, "Why is it so short?"
So short, yeah.
And we're like, "Oh God," because the next episode is only going to be like 2 or 3 minutes long, and then the one after that's going to be like 2 or 3 minutes long. Like, so. Episode 2, if you ever... Actually, I should upload the script for these guys, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
I'll upload the script to the patrons, and you guys can check that out. And but basically what you'll see is that what we're about to watch, it was written to be episodes 2 and 3, but then I merged them together. And then later we ended up shooting more, because it was written as 6 episodes, and then it became like 4, and then we ended up shooting a total of 8.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
One of my favorite days.
Yeah, so I can't. Yeah, we'll have to make sure you guys can be around for that one. So, everyone's been watching with us live right now. We got more people. Adam is visiting us from San Diego. You didn't need to fix your hair.
Oh, Germany.
Good. Oh,
Yay,
that's Laura's from Germany. Pardon me. I got you confused with our other Laura Italian. There's lots of Lauras helping us out that are like translators. So we've invited our translators to join us. And so anyway, so we've asked everyone that's watching with us live to queue up episode 102 already. Now, when you guys are watching it publicly later, this will debut next week. We're going to superimpose it right here. So Lynn's going to have to shove over, and then we'll superimpose it later. No, not you. Yeah, there we go.
Let's watch a show.
All right, so everyone get your play button, hover over it, and press it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and here we are. So this is me actually filming my computer screen later, not the computer screen that we had on set. But yeah, this scene I wrote because back when I first started researching for Out With Dad, like before I even knew you guys, this was the kind of bullshit that I was finding online. It was like, these are actual websites. So that was a little depressing. And I was like, well, but I'm kind of glad in a way I found it, because like the silver lining is I saw these kinds of websites and I was just like, okay, that means I have to make the show. Like, it was kind of like, it was like the final nail that said like, okay, I can't do any other project in my life right now. Like, this show has to be a thing. It'd
be really interesting to Google that same thing now and see what content comes up.
Okay, so that's interesting you say that. So it's like a year later that we're actually filming this scene, and when I did it, it was different results. So it was much more positive stuff. I mean, also like Google learns like what kind of material you're interested in.
Yeah.
So for filming this, I had to like tailor the searches to actually be things like, you know, BS stuff about being gay and all
conversion therapy and all that stuff.
But that can homeopathy cure homosexuality, that was a thing. I'm kidding, like those were real websites. So I remember we took that picture like right before we filmed it.
We did.
So now in comes Kate, I think, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we introduced Johnny.
I haven't seen this in so long.
No, it's been a while for me too.
Probably years.
But absolutely, the direction for Will was like, your daughter just caught you watching porn. That's your direction here. And Kate's direction, of course, was, you just caught your dad watching porn.
It was delightfully awkward.
Nothing. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm getting a glass of water.
You know what else I remember? This was my first moment where I kind of really learned that you're a comedian, because like I didn't know that you were funny. But what you were delivering here was killing me. Like, remember, I was like having trouble like not laughing. I'm like, this girl's really funny.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's what I was going for.
Yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, we're coming up to our first visual effects shot of the episode. Do you remember? I think you even noticed it when when I shared a rough cut that your microphone pack was totally visible in this shot.
There I am.
So I actually had to zoom in it a bit, but before we zoomed in, the red light was like super glowing, so I had to like motion track your bum and erase that little red glowing light.
Fun day.
It is.
It was.
Fun day about it.
another day on set.
Yeah. So,
Oh, I have no idea where this is going. I don't remember anything.
oh, that's great.
Oh, yay!
There we are.
This was the first scene we shot, right?
This was the very first scene we shot. That's also a visual effects shot.
My shoes. I remember I didn't know what shoes to bring because it's our very first shot together.
Yeah.
And I was like, I showed you the shoes, and you're like, yeah, whatever. And I was like, oh my god, he hates me. I didn't
know
proper
that.
shoes.
That's so crazy.
That was my first stressful I've pissed Jason off moment.
Corey didn't know how to shuffle.
That's right.
Oh,
he was
yeah.
practicing. He's practicing. He told me this
all
like.
morning.
So I've been practicing for like 2 weeks now. I've never like played with cards. I'm like, how do you not know how to play cards? Okay. I remember also Corey pointed out that when he saw this shot with like the very soft focus bricks in the background, he saw that and he was just like, dude, that's when he like felt like he realized like this was gonna be a real thing. He didn't realize that how good the camera could be.
I remember seeing like this little camera, and you're used to looking at movie sets and film sets, and they're all like big.
Yeah.
And this was my first day on a film set.
I think it was everyone's first
And we
day.
had all really never done film before, so I was like, oh, like that's just like a digital camera, right? Like you can't shoot things on that.
Yeah.
I've done a handful
we
of
were
short
wrong.
films, and the short films, some of the kids had crazy equipment.
Yeah.
Like I worked with some kids from York and that had like actual big cameras.
This is the audition scene.
Oh
Do you remember?
yeah. No.
This is the scene that you guys auditioned for. And yeah, because I can remember because you auditioned. What I think
I
did you
auditioned
both?
for both.
Did you audition for Vanessa?
You got me to read for both.
Yes,
you kept
you did, yeah.
flipping me back and forth. You
That's
were like,
right.
"No, now Rose, now Vanessa, now Rose." It was very nerve-wracking.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, well, that's my cousin Robin in the background, and Rebecca,
Oh,
who's production managing.
She was also there during auditions.
That's right. Yeah,
because
she
Rebecca
was.
and Eric are sound guy.
Well, Rebecca and I have like this recurring in joke that whenever we produce something together, that we always have her in the background on a laptop doing actual production management work. So you can watch any of the short films we did. She actually is in another episode of With Dad where she's just in the background being a production manager, and I don't know, it's funny to us.
Eric would also be in a lot of background shots.
Yeah, I think
He was on the
I think
subway.
he's in this one too. In this
he
episode.
might be.
And then he's
yeah.
on
Or is it
the
another
movie
one?
theater.
Yeah. Well, this is the same location as when Dad goes out on a date with his first date with Angela. This is actually the same location that we filmed at. We filmed it like after the sunset.
That was a good location.
Mm-hmm.
We had the auditions there. We filmed this, and then
Francois is asking us what camera model we used, and we used the Canon T2i, which is also known as in Europe and Japan as the 550D. And it was just the stock camera lens that came. Oh, there's Star Wars White.
And Mary Scott is saying, Jason, how did you know Kate was perfect fit for the role of Rose?
Oh, it was very easy. Like she came in, she auditioned, and it's just like as soon as she left the room, it was just like that was it. Like we just knew. And then we later, I did like a callback audition, but it was really we just get to know you. And so Kate and Eric, who's produced the first season, and we went out and just had coffee just to get to know each other, because I need to make sure that she was nice, because I had a feeling like if we're lucky enough, this series would go on for more than just 8 episodes, which we're up to 44 episodes now. Yeah.
Good job, guys.
Yeah. Plus all the video diaries. I actually am not even counting them. So, yeah. I'm just gonna check my email, see if anyone else is. No one's emailing us questions. So this scene, I cringe when I watch it because I made a directorial mistake here, and you've probably heard Bruce and I talking a lot about this, about crossing the axis, and here I'm breaking it. So like here you can see Will is looking to the left, and then we cut to Daryl. Oh well, when we cut to Daryl's shot, he's also looking to the left. So it's like, what I mean, it's not a terrible situation in this case, but it does confuse the audience, and it can, especially if geography, it messes up the geography of the scene. And so I really made a mistake. And I can remember Josh Ari, he kept saying to me, he's like, Jason, I think you're crossing the line. You shouldn't be doing this. I'm like, no, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. Because I really wanted to show off that we had all this production value. We had all these extras in the background. I wanted to like show off all the people we had. He's like, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. And he was right.
Is that Natalie in the background?
By the front door, yes.
Yeah.
So she makes her many appearances, usually reading a book, because that's her favorite thing to do. So yeah, this was a little coffee shop that was actually a few doors away from where she worked, and so she just knew the owner and asked, hey, can we come in before you open one day and film the scene? And here we are,
rocking the tea.
Yeah. I love one of the things I love about these DSLR cameras is just how soft a focus you can make it. So I mean, look how crisp and clear Will and Daryl are, but the background is and there's Brandon with headphones on
doing sound.
Oh
my god, we're so clever.
Well, we needed to populate it, and so how else do it? We'll just use the crew as extra.
So funny.
I
I didn't even know any of this.
Yep.
The little sort of Easter eggs
I
about
know.
with Dad.
There used to be a show that would do that, and they would like hide like a thing at the end, and you always have to like find it in the episode. I don't know what it was, but we're doing it too. We're so
Community's
clever.
got a lot of really great Easter eggs.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Look,
Well,
research them.
I'm watching it right now.
Oh, good.
Look at you.
Well, apparently the third time they actually use the word Beetlejuice in the series, Beetlejuice actually does walk by in the background.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited.
Yeah.
now.
And there's a
Gonna go
pregnant
home and
woman
watch
who
it.
eventually gives birth.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I've seen that one.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great.
I'm up on that. I'm up to date there.
This was a really, this was not an early scene that I wrote. I wrote this one later on in this series. Like I knew I needed a scene where they would introduce the idea of PFLAG, and I can remember actually when I later met the then president of PFLAG Canada, he was just like started watching the show. He's like, they gotta start talking about PFLAG, and then of course we mentioned, he was like super delighted. And but I remember Daryl gave me a lot of notes on what might a gay friend be saying to his straight friend, asking these questions. And so this one took a little while to massage the script, but it got there. I'm really pleased with it. But I think effectively speaking, that scene would have been, I can't remember where the cut would have been. I think because remember I said I merged episodes 2 and 3. I don't remember which one was one episode and which, because it's 3 scenes, right?
Yeah, wasn't it just the Nathan Johnny stuff? That was going to be a whole nother episode?
I think it was going to be its own episode, yeah. So it would have been, oh, and you know what? I just remembered, actually. So episode 2 was going to be just the scene at the diner with you two. And then then episode 3 was going to be them in the coffee shop. But the scene of him looking up information, that we shot later.
Yes.
So we must have shot that really soon after the first episode debuted, because it's in the second.
We did that a couple times.
Yeah.
We just like
quick, let's shoot something else.
because the
Yeah.
audience.
We need to explain more. We
Yeah,
need
they have questions. We're like, hey, we can answer them. So let's do
yeah.
it. Adam has a question. They open late enough for you to get the light outside.
Actually,
the coffee shop.
Yeah, and they opened up early enough to let us in,
Which
so,
is even nicer because that means they got out of bed.
Yeah, because I think that they were, no,
That's
you know
nice.
what? I think it was a Sunday, and I think they just didn't open on Sundays. I think that's what it was. So it was a day that they didn't open at all that they came and let us in. I think that's what happened. So long ago, because I can think about it. Like that was in 2010. So 5 years ago, almost to the month. Wow. Crazy. Now people that know how to do math know how old you are for
That's
real.
fine. I don't mind because I still look 18. So
She does.
Yeah.
She really does.
So I don't know. So that's crazy. So okay, let's think back now. So first episode comes out. This is a question I got in the email before we started, and it was kind of geared towards you. Remember, so the first episode came out, and then along comes this episode, and people started going on about how much of a bitch Vanessa was. And remember, we were glad because that meant you were doing your job right.
Yeah.
But also worried because then the question came about that, like, why would Rose be into her if she's such a bitch? I mean, that's what spawned episode 4. We'll talk about more of that later. But how did you, when you were getting all those comments like, "Oh, Vanessa's such a bitch" and all that stuff, like how did you feel? Like how did you respond? What was that like for you?
As an actor, I was like, yeah, I'm doing my job. As like a human, I was like, no, she's not. You just don't know yet.
Yeah.
So I was like, I hope people stick around long enough to see what progresses from Vanessa's story. See what we did there? And then a lot did, clearly.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was exciting. I think it was really cool for me to see in this medium, because it was the first time I had really even been on web series or knew what it was. It was before everything kind of got so big as it is now, that people could write in and say,
right,
what is this? And we could have an answer right away, which was shooting a new episode to show that answer. Like, that was so cool to me. And that's, I think, when I was like, whoa, this is going to be the way technology goes from here on out.
It's pretty exciting. And I know, like, even, like, people in the television industry, like, they are still nervous about this, and they're still sort of trying to grapple with, you know, how to use it, how to exploit it. And here we are. We've been doing it for 5 years. We've been figuring it out. Laura's got a thing here. Why don't you read it out loud?
What I just realized is that I got used so fast to the actor change for Nathan. At first it was so weird, but now it took me almost the whole episode to realize that Will was back then.
That's right. I totally, it was really kind of strange for us, like when we did season 3, because like for us, season 3, the shooting of it, like seasons 1 and 2, we did it spread out, and we did it in bits and pieces here and there, and it was sort of very piecemeal. Whereas season 3, because we actually had a budget, thanks to you guys, and so money to spend, so we had to spend it very efficiently. So that meant shooting everything all at once. It was a very intense month and a bit of filming for all of us. And so by the end of that, like Jonathan was just part of the family, and like that's just, you know, that was part of our psyche. And of course, like almost like a year post-production, editing, and so for all of us in our minds, it was Jonathan is Nathan. So then episodes start coming out, and it was like, oh yeah, that's not what the rest of the world is used to. So it took a little while for us to adjust our perspective to the audience's perspective. But what's interesting too is, like, you know, it being online, and that, you know, like you're saying, people can comment and everything. Still to this day, people are watching it. They're discovering it with Dad for the first time now. And so you see, you know, you're still getting comments on episode 301 saying, hey, why is there a new actor? It's like, well, yes, that's right, because you don't know. You missed out on all the news and the press and everything. So it's kind of a neat thing, like, you know, as immediate a response as we can to having made a web series, there's also the fact that it lives forever online. And so in that sense, it's immediate but also timeless, and those are two different things, but they are happening at the same time. So people, Adam Bell says people fall in love with bitches and assholes all the time. It's true. But as we tried to prove, Vanessa isn't a bitch or an asshole. She just
circumstantial,
complicated.
Well, and she's so confused with herself. And like, you know, you and I both knew that you were doing a good job with all this internal logic. But what I was worried about, and what inspired episode 4, which we'll talk more about that, you know, in 2 months from now. But what inspired that was the fact that, you know, I was asking the audience that were watching with us to be patient enough to wait until we explain it. And, you know, and now, you know, like we talk about things being timeless. Well, for some people that are discovering it with Dad now, that means they're going to find out in like 30 minutes or about an hour. Whereas, you know, people then, it was just like, no, but it's going to be like, we're releasing, like, what was it, like once every other week or something like that? I don't remember.
I can't remember. Yeah, it was once every 2 weeks with season 1.
Yeah, and so like then we were asking people to like wait a month or two to like trust us, you know, we'll explain it all. And so anyway, yeah, but now I'm kind of happy that we're back to shooting one episode at a time, like we are for season 4, because now we actually get to respond. And I've already changed my ideas on how I want to execute things. I talked to you about at TIA Webfest. So yes, there's going to be Vanessa in it. Everyone's asking. And I want there to be Claire in season 4. But we have to work around Caitlin's schedule because she doesn't live anywhere near us. So that's going to be a tough one. So I've already written a script for her, but we'll basically wait to film it. It's written such that it doesn't matter that much in the timeline when it happens. And so we'll wait till she's in town, and then we'll just shoot it then. That's the deal there. But I've got some research to do before I finish writing a Vanessa episode. So there you go. I've just given you some information.
Inside scoop.
Yeah. Do you believe there's such a thing as a gaydar, and how well does yours work?
Terribly.
I think that there is such a thing, but I certainly don't have it.
I'm really bad.
I feel like I kind of have it. Yeah, I don't know. There are some people that, might still be in the closet that I know. And I'm just like, I think I'm right about this. I'll leave them as long as they want to be there, frankly. But
Yeah.
No, that's just my thoughts.
No, I certainly have friends that always they have a pretty keen sense. That being said, when I was in first year film school, everyone thought I was gay, and everyone was wrong, except for my gay classmates. They're all like, "No, he's so not gay." Like, oh, okay. So anyway, either way, I wasn't getting asked out on dates.
There's another one that we missed from Francois.
Oh, did we? Oh, okay, great.
The main actors have a different sexual orientation in the characters they portray. Was it a prerequisite for the project, or did it just happen that way?
No, there's no prerequisite.
No.
I think
the only prereq was you had to be 18.
Yes, that was it.
That's true. Yeah, I wanted to be 18. When I first thought of this, I was like, no, let's cast like real teenagers. I was really like specific about that. But then actually a lot of people recommended that was a bad idea to me, because given that in some circles it's very, very, very sensitive and faux pas subject matter, right? And so they were like, no, if you're filming kids with and girls kissing, then people are gonna be like, oh, child pornography, like it could go blow out of proportion so ridiculously. So like, okay, that's a good idea, 18 plus only. And the other requirement though was that you had to be good actors. So there's that. You guys were 18 and you were good actors, so there. And I was in the same situation as Kate. I figured 3 friends before they came out. So there is a gaydar.
Adam's got it.
Adam's got a gaydar. People shared or are still sharing amusing stories with you. You changed and saved lives, literally lives without a dad. How do you feel about that? Did you have any idea something like this would happen? I have my answers. What do you guys have to say?
I figured it'd be big. I figured it was a niche market just waiting to happen, because there are so many stories out there. In terms of messages of like, I was thinking about suicide and then I saw your show and I didn't. That was a loop thrower right there.
Yeah.
I definitely had no idea it would be as big as it was. Not that I didn't have faith in the project, but I just don't think my brain clued in that. I don't know, because web series was so new, so I was kind of like, I don't really know what web series is.
Yeah.
So the fact that it has been viewed 25 million times is, again, like mind-blowing. And then having people, I still probably get someone messaging me once a week, just saying like, thank you so much, or I really like your character, I really relate, but like some of the messages we get are just like, it makes me so proud that I'm involved in the project, and so like happy that it's being made and still being like pushed by the fans. Like, it just makes me so happy that we can do it.
Well, I remember when I started, like I said about like as seen in this episode, like there was all the negativity that I was seeing towards gay teenagers and the lack of resources for parents who might have closeted children or coming out children. I felt like there was a need for this, so I wanted to make it for the purpose of for those reasons, like the reasons that saving people's lives, like that was what I had hoped to do, but I didn't know if anyone would watch it, so I didn't know if it would be any effective. So when we started hearing these kinds of messages from people, it was the most gratifying thing ever, because it was like, oh, all this hard work is like, don't forget, like our first season we all just volunteered, right? So it was a lot, and second season it was just a lot of really hard work. I mean, like really hard work, like you guys know, like I'm always doing something.
Yes, you are.
And so it felt like it was worth the energy, and so, which is strange, because this kind of work where it feels charitable, so it made it, when it came time to like, okay, we got to start paying ourselves, we got to ask for money. It was very awkward for us to ask, because a lot of people say it's very Canadian of us to not want to ask for help, but it was, I didn't want to, so that was tough for us. Yeah.
Mary, Lindsay and Kate, did you kind of practice the first episode kiss, or did you just go for it?
Okay, can I tell a funny story?
Yep.
Okay, so we cast Kate So we knew Kate was going to play Rose. And then what remained was we needed to figure out who was going to play her dad and who's going to play her best friend. And so we did callback auditions, and we asked back several girls to try out the role for Vanessa. And I asked Kate to join us so that she could read with them so we could see the real Rose with the possible new Vanessa. And I also sent out, and it was the scene from this episode, so it's good that we're talking about this now.
Yeah.
It was the scene where they're talking in the cafe. But of course, they're talking about all this stuff about what happened the day before and all that jazz. And so I sent the script for episode 1 just as like an FYI to be like, here's what happened in the first episode so that you have the context of the scene. Like, I'm helping the actors. But Lindsay misunderstood and thought that was the scene that we're doing, a scene that involves kissing. And so you started the lines, and it was all the lines from episode 1, which is supposed to lead up into a kiss. And then Kate was just like, I don't know what's going on. I prepared different lines because we didn't know each other yet. So I remember you were being like, oh, he hates me. I'm unprepared. But I mean, you were prepared, but not for that scene. And so I'm like, no, stop, wait. And I was like worried that I was going to put you in an awkward place. It's all awkward. But the question I have for you is like, that scene that you prepared for involved a kiss. So were you going to do a kiss in an audition?
I remember you asking me in the audition. You were like, wait a minute.
I wouldn't have asked you that then, would I?
Oh, I know you've asked me that question.
Since, yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was in the audition because I was like, I guess so. And you laughed, and I was like, yes, he likes me. I was like, maybe I have a chance.
Yeah.
I probably would have did what we did on the day and just did this really awkward, like, lean thing.
And then you wouldn't come to me,
and then
so
just
I
wait
fell
for
over.
you, and I would be like, because hey, Rose wanted it. Vanessa was on the fence. So, like, my character.
That is a good justification,
Yeah.
That's
it is.
brilliant.
That's always make fun of me, but like,
That's
it
some
makes sense.
Stanislavski level.
I have a degree, so I can analyze things. To answer your question, Mary, well, should we wait? No, we already did that episode, didn't we?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, sorry.
You were still in London when we did it, right?
I was
Yeah.
in the UK. We did not practice. In fact, I'm pretty sure I ate a sandwich halfway through the filming of it because I was hungry.
Yeah, I think I brought a toothbrush, like a smart person.
I didn't.
like a professional actor?
Yes.
Yeah. They teach them
So.
that in school. Bring a toothbrush to the kiss scene.
I didn't
Yeah.
teach me that.
Well, she didn't have a degree then.
No, I wasn't fully degreed. It was.
I was done.
I was
So
still
I need
like,
a protocol.
learning.
Thomas here has a question.
Thomas, hello, my friends. Nice to chat this way.
Yeah. Kate, why don't you ask it? Read it aloud.
In terms of staying in character, is it harder when you're wearing your own clothes as opposed to in the theater where you are in some kind of costume?
It's true. It's a very good point because we are always wearing our own stuff.
Except in this episode, that's not my clothes. That's Eric's friend's daughter's.
Oh,
uniforms.
that's true. That's right. Those are school uniforms. That's funny. That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. So we actually did have some wardrobe, but this question still remains.
I can actually speak to this because I'm a lover of wearing a costume, and a lot of the stuff that I do wear on it with Dad, I don't really wear otherwise. Like sometimes I'll buy stuff and be like, "Oh, I'll wear this today," and then I'll probably wear it for Vanessa like later because it's teen stuff now.
Mhm.
Like now I'm not a teen, so.
Mhm.
I don't know. To me, it is a costume piece, and if I
Mhm.
do wear it in a shoot, I normally don't wear it after because it's like, no, that's Vanessa's clothes. Like,
Mm.
that's me. I don't know.
No, I feel that way about the necklace. Like, I
Yeah.
only wear the necklace when we're filming, and I have to remember to take it off as soon as we're done if we're going to an event. Like, we went to TO Webfest
Mhm.
this weekend, and I almost wore it. I almost
Oh,
like,
really?
oh no, I have to take it off. But you're more theater as well. Like you
Yeah.
do, Lindsay does a lot more theater than I do. I stick to mostly film and television, and for Rose, the character was always already so much like me that it was like just get back into the headspace. It doesn't matter what you're wearing. And then just for other things, like because I just love being on film sets so much, just the excitement and everything, just kind of you just do it and you have a great time. So yeah, that'd be my 2 cents.
Cool.
Interesting.
Cool. Well, we're being asked about the locker room scene, but I say we hold that question till later. Sorry.
To be continued.
So I don't know. I think this was pretty fun, guys.
Thanks so much for tuning in and all your questions. It was
Yeah.
super
Yeah, those were
fun.
some great questions.
Yeah.
Questions.
Questions.
and good questions too. So we'll do this again. So the deal is, we're gonna do this once a month. I mean, if our Patreon like gets higher, then maybe we might start recording 2 at a time or something like that. I don't know. We'll figure that stuff out later. But the idea is, we're going to record these on the last Thursday of every month, and then I will edit it and then release it to the public on the first Thursday of every month. That's the idea. And but meanwhile, we are still shooting. So we've already shot episode 402. You weren't there for that. You were on location with Jonathan and others.
Yeah.
But we shot one, and I'm really, really excited about this episode 402 because we did it all in one shot. And that was exciting, wasn't it?
Yes. Oh, yes. So another great thing about Out with Dad is that for an actor, there's a lot of like good acting for camera lessons with green screens and then the one shots and just it's visual effects, constantly acting school, which is great.
Well, it's an opportunity for me to experiment with stuff because like I want to try new things, and so lately it's been like, okay, well, how can I do something without a cut but still make it interesting? So it's all so that we're in that case, like we were blocking, but when we were blocking is like where is the process at which you stage actors within a scene, and that also includes like how you frame things. So the idea with that one was to do all that staging and everything so that all the actors felt like they were. So it's like the actors were almost doing the editing for me. So it would be a close up, and then it would be a 2-shot, and then it would be this, it'd be that, and so the idea was to try and make it feel like lots of different shots, and so I think we accomplished that. I actually just watched it today. And so the some of the donors, the patrons, they'll get to see it. I'll probably upload it after this, so you can see like the rough cut. And I use the term cut loosely because I'm not going to edit, but you'll hear us like slating. There's no audio, or it's like the raw shot. I figure I'll just upload that to the patrons of I forget what level, but anyway. You'll figure it out. So there. So anyway, thank you participants for watching live with us. If you want to join us live, you are most welcome to do that. Just become a patron. So go to patreon.com/outwithdad, and that link is in the description. And you can join us next time we do this.
And you'll be able to ask questions, just like all these lovely, amazing people.
Yeah, and because this is only going to be good if we get interaction. And of course, and what's happening is the people that are becoming our patrons, they are helping us to pay ourselves as professionals, as we got to for episode 402, and that level, we're hoping that number will continue to grow because it means we'll be able to do more things. It means like we'll do longer, better episodes, but also the quality can be maintained because for instance, one person had to drop out at the last minute because another gig came up, and I said, well, I have to respect that. So, step down. It's okay. I'm not paying you the big bucks, but I don't think the quality was compromised too much, but it would help.
It would help.
Yeah, it's really important. So there you go. Oh, we got one more question. Should we do time here for the actresses? That's you guys. Which is harder, live theater versus Out with Dad type of video where you get to do retakes? Which would you prefer? I think you two have different answers, don't you?
I think so.
Me and
Lindsay did the same theater program, which was kind of cool and interesting. And I enjoyed it immensely. But when I got out of it, I really wanted to focus on film and television because that's what I grew up really falling in love with. I was in shows as a kid. I went to see shows, but watching television, watching movies was like, I want to be in that universe. So making films comes easier to me. I can still do stage. I just don't do it that often. And I've been trying to kick myself into doing more like live comedy or live whatever. So
I still want to see you do stand-up.
I know, one of these
I
days.
tried to just get
I know. I didn't have anything prepared.
For me, I love theater. For me, it's more about process, whatever you want to say. Out with Dad's set is fun, and it's not like any other set you ever really get to be on, and I enjoy it so much more than most film sets because we are with the same people all the time. Our characters have arcs. We're constantly moving, and that's not normally what happens on film because a lot of times you come in for a day, you're there for like 5 hours, you maybe like say hello to a couple of people, and then you kind of leave. With the process, you'll film something that's not happening for 3 weeks ahead of what's happening next time you film. So that mental space is hard to just jump in and be like, okay, yeah, now I'm here. Where theater is beautiful. You're on a roller coaster and you get an arc and the audience is like, ooh, like saying all these things when you're saying things. And it's just, I'm so
the immediacy
and organic. I know, I'm like needy. I need to
instant
clap.
gratification.
I need to bow.
Well, you know, and you also
should just do bows at the end of
Thank
that with
you.
Dad and make Jason put them
In
in.
your credit, it's just me bowing.
you remind me of something that Caitlin once said, because she this happened to her a few times, where like the projects she gets involved in end up always having, like for film and video, is that the post-production ends up being so long
Yeah.
that when she watches it, she says like she doesn't feel like she can learn as much from the experience, because it's been so long that she's now a different person, a different actor with different skill sets. So the lessons that she could have learned from watching herself aren't necessarily as relevant now, and so that part kind of sucks. I mean, that'll be a nice thing about this season 4, is that we'll get to, you know, it's only about 2.5 weeks later is when the episode will come out. So anyway,
another thing I will also just say about the film versus theater thing, I've because I've loved film so much, I've now got to branch off into writing and producing my own stuff for film, and just the excitement from just getting that's instant gratification for me. Like knowing I'm writing my scripts and getting my actors together and I'm doing a project that is mine is just
super exciting.
And Kate, how do we find that project?
Well, you go to YouTube and type hashtag Kate Conway is a jerk, or you like me
Or you could just go to kateconway.ca.
Oh yes, of course.
And because
I have a website.
yeah, she doesn't know how to use it. I update it for her. But all of her episodes are there.
Yes, please go. There's 2 episodes now. There should be 1 by the end of June, maybe.
And actually she was guest starring in character in Friends. Love with Layla. With Layla. So really there's good. and which Kate is producing, and she's not even in that one, but she's involved. So that's very exciting. And you're producing a lot. Like, you know, that's one of the most awesome things, is that, you know, I've recruited the most amazing actors that are also filmmakers, and they are producing and writing their own material and helping me get stuff done. Like, you know, Vanessa's story, the producing credit there actually is produced by Jason Lever and Lindsay Middleton. Like, it's a co-producership, and because you did produce that, and so that's, I don't know, it's very exciting. So our next project, Laura Jabali is heavily producing. I mean, you guys are all going to be, I mean, we're kind of all going to be producers in a way, but Laura's really dove into that, and that script is really coming along, by the way.
That's exciting.
I'm very excited, but we also need a crazy budget. Laura and I were budgeting. It's gonna be like, we're gonna need like $500,000 or more to get that done. So that's why that's kind of why we're doing season 4 the way we're doing it, is because I want to keep Out with Dad alive, and at a level of effort that I'm still able to work on producing and writing that other thing, which you could kind of call season 5, because that takes place much after season 3, and so season 4 is kind of happening in between, I guess you could say. So that's part of the motivation another part of the motivation for jumping ahead in time. But I'm enjoying teasing people with what information I've shared and I'm not sharing.
Cruel.
Yeah. Oh, some people are very angry, and I'm like, well, that's
keeping them engaged.
Just keep watching.
Let's keep watching.
So thank you again to those that joined us live, and we'll see you again next time.
In a month.
Yeah. Be sure to check all the links in the description for more information.
I miss doing this. That was always fun.
Okay, guys, I think that we should bow.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I accidentally touched both your butts when we did that.
It's okay.